How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. I know you're seeing the video title. We got Robin back at locals, right? I changed up the list from last time, as you know, I don't have too many tournaments coming up, right? Like, I'm just playing at locals, having fun. So I want to switch up the list. As you can tell, we put in the 6-cost Zoro back in, but you know, I'm getting ahead of myself. I know you see the title. How did I ruin locals with Robin, right? Did I just crush? Well, let's just say it was a very unique, interesting locals. We got Black Purple Luffy up first, right? Before we get into this too much, you know, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and you know, I got my TCG affiliate link down in the description if y'all are going to be buying anything. Check out the link, support the channel. Opponent takes first, picks up a Beppo. Now we go 2 Dom pass. We got some pretty decent cards in hand, right? Pretty good hand. So yeah, some notable changes. I'll put the deck list up in the description, everything. He plays out these Oral Rams. We get a Veggie. Not when you went off your first swing, right? And then as you can tell, we put in Veggie, the 0-cost event. We took out some of the Egghead stuff. I did post a list on this a bit ago. So we just swing 9 banish to ramp to up to 5. But yeah, very interesting and unique locals. I'll say this was from like New Year's Eve, right? So we're all just kind of having a good time, messing around. Plays out the Frankie blocker. Definitely what you want to see as Black Purple Luffy, right? Being able to cycle out cards, play out blockers, draw, right? As I'm trying to, like, you know, the banish is denying you cards, obviously, but you know, if you can play out blockers and kind of redraw the hand size, it is very good. So looking at a few 5 swings here. And we're blocking out a few of them. You know, I don't want to get rushed down too much. And also if I draw any, you know, if you got any Namis in your hand, like the Egghead Nami, obviously that's a way that we can KO stuff and draw. So we go 6 at Zoro. He counters out with the Beppo. And then we play out the Banish Zoro. Really great card. Just more oppressive banish. I do have it as a 4 of right now in the deck list, and I'm already kind of like switching it up in my head now, like what I wanted to change. I think I've got a pretty decent deck list in mind that I'll maybe take again next week. But we see as he ramps, you know, he gets to 8 Dom, plays out a Gecko Moria, brings out another Frankie. So I'm honestly, yeah, this is a little bit of trouble here, right? 2 Frankies on the board. Plays out the Beppo as well, so that buffs him up 1,000 power whenever Don is returned, right? So now his leader is 6k for the turn. So yeah, we will be going up to 9 Don next turn. So yeah, I'm like debating playing out the Veggie on his leader, but and then another one. Like, that is crazy. But now we're at 1 life, we can play Yamato, KO something, heal, right? Get out that 9k body. So yeah, just KO one of the Frankies. Going 5 at Zoro. Honestly, I probably should have KO'd the Beppo, right? I think you can use that over and over again. But he had another one in hand anyway. That's now a trash, so we can get it back with a Gecko anyway, right? So we're going 7 at the Zoro. Just trying to clear his board as we establish our big bodies. As you know, that is our typical game plan. But even though we didn't get to use the Veggie out of life, we still now have 2 2Ks, which is never bad, right? But putting down the next Gecko Moria already looking a little scary, right? Just hitting that combo again. Gecko into Frankie, into Beppo. So he'll be able to cycle out, draw a couple of cards, which is just helping him go plus in hand size since the Frankies are coming out of trash, right? It's not even like it's playing out hand. And now establishing those 9k bodies, a little bit scary. So he's going 10 into our Zoro. Kind of want to save it because we need stuff to swing into his board and his life, right? Now he's going 8. So got a lot of counter out of our hand, unfortunately. But now we got that Gum Gum Giant, which is, you know, one of the best counter events in the game right now. But we're kind of low in hand size, which does suck. So we're going with the Big Mom, which honestly should have been an earlier play to just get the Frankies off board. so he can't get them back, right? Making his Gecko Morias just less value. But we're just going 5 life banish, 7 life banish, he blocks out. 9 of Gecko Moria, gets some counter out of hand. But now we're looking at a board with 2 Gecko Morias, and I don't know what... Like, there's no leader in the game where, like, just having 2 Gecko Morias isn't threatening, right? Just 2 9k bodies. We got 1 card in hand, so he's just clearing our board now. Unfortunate. Maybe I shouldn't have even swung with the Yamato, is what I'm thinking. But I wanted to pressure his hand size a little bit because he is... This is now his 3rd Gecko Moria, so 3rd Frankie, right? A lot of Frankies. And just trashed a non-counter card. So, even though we have banish, right? We're not doing a great job of denying him hand size. We take the card, got a Nami, can't use effect because we don't have any trigger card to trash off of it, but now we at least have some counter and more cards in our hand. Passing back to us. No healing this turn. No 9 mom. And looking at his Gecko Moria is a little bit scary. A little bit scary, right? But we have... So we Nami, trash our 0-cost event, kill the Frankie, draw. And now I'm just trying to clear maybe a Gecko Moria or 2, right? 5 of life banish just to get a counter out of his hand. So now we're just going 13 at Gecko, keeping 1 Don up, 2 in hand, so we can go plus 4,000 to hopefully save our Big Mom. So he's going 9 of life here. Take another 1 cost Gum Gum Giant, right? Go to none of 9 at life. I don't really want to go down to 0 life knowing that I don't have a way to heal. So then we trash 1 more K counter from the Zoro that we just drew into, but now we have 2 2Ks, which is not bad. But yeah, how have y'all's set 9 been? What have y'all been playing? What leader? If you guys are on Robin, let me know what deck list you running. So he's going with the Sanji at life, resting our Nami, and just swinging a life. I think he goes 9 there at the end. So I have to dump our hand. Not looking like a great spot, I'll be honest, guys. So yeah, no heal, 0 life. Yeah, it turns out playing 3 Gecko Morias into blockers that draw you cards, it's a really good strategy. It's a really good strategy, I'll be honest. No, it's you know, it is hard playing against multiple Gecko Morias, right? Even though we also play our 9-cost bodies, or 9k bodies, I should say. So we just clear his board for the fun of it, right? So I'm just saying, like, you know, there's so many things you could swing at here, but yet we end up losing round 1. Unfortunate. He had a 10-cost Luffy too, so just multiple ways he could pressure our life. We just did not draw into more heals, which would have been nice. Another Yamato would have maybe saved me there, but even then, I probably wouldn't have been able to clear his board. All right, well, we got round 2 against Smoker. Shout out my boy Ethan. Definitely an interesting matchup. You know, again, like with these matchups against a banished leader, like black decks can obviously recycle a lot of value from their trash. So the banish doesn't really hurt them as much. You know, if we hit the right cards out of life, it does help. Like I was saying, I think here, like, I hope my banish hits your Gecko Morias out of life. That is like our biggest thing we can hope for. But if we end up banishing like a Rebecca blocker or something, it's not the end of the world for them. Obviously, like they can use stuff like Gecko Moria to get it back, right? But that's kind of why I want to change up my list already, and I'll go over the list that I think I'll be running next week or whatever next time I play, and y'all can let me know what you think about it. I'll obviously go over the list that I'm running today. But even though last week's or 2 weeks ago, the last Robin Locals video I posted, I'm just messing with them here, putting 1 card from the bottom, you know. Again, very casual, very fun night of Locals. But even though my first list with all of the egghead cards, right, there was a lot of bricks and, you know, it looks at first glance like a very odd list for Robin. I really liked it. You know, the 1-cost Vegapunk event that out of life lets you play a 5-cost or lower egghead card from trash is so good in terms of value if you can get it from life. And also it's just another 1-Don event to give us counter, right? There were times where I would just leave up 2 Don and either play one of those and a Gum Gum Giant, and it's like, even if I have barely anything in hand, it's like you can counter out of almost anything with that. But the chance that we get a 0-cost or Veggie in life is always good. So we hit a Brook out of the first banish, which again is not the best target, but it still does help. So we go 5 take, we get a Yamato, which is nice. So he gets the Rebecca out, playing back up the Brook. Looking unfortunate for us, right? But we'll be able to go up to 6 Don here. Looking to banish one of his life. So we're going at 5 at Brook, trashing the Veggie to ramp 1. So we'll be on 9 next turn. And here he counters out, fair enough, because, you know, 6 Don. We just banished one of his life. I think that's the Tashigi 2k counter. Always nice to hit a 2k out of life, even if it's something that he can get back with Rebecca. But looking like we have a decent hand set up for late game. You know, 2 Yamatos is always lovely. Especially if he's going to be using the Rebecca to counter out of our leader swings, right? If he's staying at like 3 life right now, that means we can KO any 4-cost character with Yamato, which is pretty good. So here he's doing the little smoker combo, playing out Tashigi, using the leader ability after swinging with Brook. Here we go in. I'm thinking about using the Nami. I don't remember why I don't, to be honest. I think I got to look at my hand again. I think, oh, it was, I had too many in hand, so I wouldn't have been able to draw. So I was debating, like, you know, maybe 2-3 turns down the line after I use my Yamatos, I could probably KO something. But now I'm sitting here thinking, like, yeah, I'm still at 2 life. You know, the Yamato's not going to go crazy, right? So we're going 5 Brook. He lets it go. Obviously something that he can get back, right? So it's not a big deal. So we're going Yamato just to KO the Tashigi, no heal, but we establish a big body, which we ramped twice, so hopefully he won't be able to respond to it too well. I think he's going up to 7 or 8 Don here. So maybe the Yamato lives for a turn, right? Like, obviously his best condition is that he can properly remove every big body that we play while establishing his Gecko Morias or something else, right? So maybe I should have used the Nami just to get rid of the Rebecca blocker. But at the end of the day, it didn't really matter too much. So yeah, I think he's at 8 Don here. But if he Geckos, he won't be able to remove the Yamato. We get the Luffy out of life, KOing a 4-cost character. So we get the Rebecca. Yeah, he can bring that back immediately with a Gecko. But I think he already had one in trash anyway. So, you know, having one less blocker is you know, always good. So yeah, Gecko brings back the Rebecca. Looking like he's bringing back, I think, a 2k counter. Oh no, he's playing out the Suru. And then I think he takes back something else here from Rebecca. And it plays out the Brook off of that. Not KO anything, but just reestablishing the Brook. So that's just another minus. We get a Big Mom. Yay. I love slamming down my 9-cost characters. So Rebecca getting KO'd with that. Going 9 at Brook to get rid of them. And then going 5 life banish. Gives us a 2k counter from Tashigi. So we go 2 life, 1 Don up. We're looking pretty good. You know, at this point, our 9-drop lived a turn. So that even if he removes one through effect, we'll be able to save the other one. So we'll always have at least, you know, one in play, right? Because we have counter to save them, even though he's got a Gekamori out now to swing at. Yeah, I personally, like, I've seen a lot of lists running the 9-cost purple Linlin at like 3 copies or even less, not even running it, and I just heavily disagree. I'll be honest. It is such a good card. Just removing a 6-cost from your opponent's board while healing, establishing a big body. We're looking for somebody to trash, end up trashing the Nami. We're just gonna be playing big bodies anyway. Like, Linlin's so good. The only thing you have to be worried about is going too far down in light or dawn with that in combination to the Gum Gum Giant event, right? Because if you use both of those in the same turn, you'll only be able to go up to 9 dawn. So play out another Yamato. Again, just keeping at least 2 of our big bodies out is key. So got him down to 1 life here. We got Gecko Moria out of his life, which is good. You know, 1 less that he can play out. And now if the 1 Yamato survives, which we have the Gum Gum Giant event, so, and a couple of 2Ks, so we'll most likely be able to save it from any swings he does if he has to commit more Dawn to remove the standing Yamato, right? We'll probably be able to survive here. And go for again the following turn as we have a Luffy, so we can KO any Rebecca blocker he plays out and still have 5 down to swing. We have Olivia, so that like helps us buff up our leader. We get a Saul out of life. Yay. Always love getting a free blocker. Oh, and the reason that I forgot that I kind of ruined locals, I'll say here, we weren't supposed to play each other. Me and Ethan. He was 1-0. He won his first match, and I just asked the store owner, hey, can you pair us up? Even though that's a pair down for him and there wasn't supposed to be. And he just said sure. So I didn't expect that to happen. My bad to Ethan for, you know, forcing him into a pair down. But, you know, it's all in good fun. I think we had some fun here. As you'll see, it gets a little bit more chaos. But the other reason that I kind of sowed a bit of chaos into locals is because I caused a pair down round 2. There was another pair down as well, right? Because it caused an uneven amount of like 1-0s playing against each other because I essentially forced a pair down. I don't know. I was just, you know, kind of kidding, but you know, is what it is. It's all good fun. And here he is playing out the Hina into Tashigi and everything to KO my Yamato, right? So you just got 2 cards in hand. We get a Beji. And just for fun, just hit him the Suru right with it. Because now I know I can just split and kind of win here. So 2 cards in hand. So we use Olivia to buff our leader up to 8. Go 9 banish. And then big swing for round 2 win. Very fun match. So getting into round 3, you'll notice something else. You know, I said it was going to be a unique night. So since I ruined his 1-0 streak with a forced pair down, Ethan, you know, he got me back, asked for the rematch, and you know, we're just having fun. Again, it was like New Year's Eve, right? We're just all playing for fun. We get the rematch of the century going against Smoker again. And I like it, you know, getting multiple matches against same player, same person, right? It's always good practice, right? It's always good practice. So he played out Helmeppo his turn 1 just to split and swing with me, getting some aggression. We get the Saul out, going up to 6 down here, going 5 at Helmeppo just for, you know, I don't know, 5 life banish. I'm gonna trash the Luffy to ramp. trashing his top life with Robin. Looking pretty good so far. Looking pretty good so far. Our hand is a little bit lower, right? But we got a decent board looking here. That, like, actually got some characters out, which is odd for us. Getting the Saul out so early is not always the best, but I guess it's better than not seeing him out of life at all, right? Those 5 at Saul, we just let him go. Suru and then Tashigi, KO. So yeah, I knew Robin was probably gonna get taken out, but she got the value. She got value for us. We draw our 6-cost Zoro. So we're going 8 of life. Big old banish. See what he loses out on. It is another, it's a Brook. Then we just play our Zoro. Could have used the 9-Don for a Yamato, but we only had 1 in life, so I was like a little bit hesitant, whereas the first match we had multiple, so I wasn't opposed to using one to KO the Tashigi, right? Here, yeah, we could have KO'd the Tashigi. However, I thought I might need it to heal later, and I think we do. I don't remember how many 9 drops I draw into this turn. This match, I should say. But even though I've previously said that I don't really like the 10-cost ace in this deck because it doesn't let you leave up 1 Don for Gum Gum Giant, I think just having more ways to heal would always be great. So I might consider putting in the ace as like a 2 of. I don't know if I need him as like a 4 of, even though it is nice to have like a 10k body, right? Which is also why I like the 9-cost Rush Luffy. However, that's not like a heal, right? But it is some nice aggression pretty early. Like in this scenario here, just establishing that 9-cost 10k Rush so early, I think that would have been really good. Like if you're super healthy early on, you know, just establishing such a big body is gonna be maybe a little bit too much for them. So he plays out the Helmeppo. Kobe, maybe, yeah, I probably shouldn't have KO'd the Helmeppo earlier, right? To give him back with Gecko. But is what it is. That's why I kind of like going against the same matchup, just because you get more experience and find more, you know, you get more experience, more hindsight of, you know, what you could have done differently, different things you can do for the matchup. Like I'm sitting here and thinking, yeah, that 9-cost Luffy is pretty good, right? I might put a couple of them in the deck just for matchups like this where you stay pretty healthy early on. And yeah, that 9-cost 10k, that's kind of hard to remove, especially if you ramp twice, right? If you are at 9 down while your opponent's still at like 8 or so. You know, taken. I think you go 7 with Tashigi here. And looking like I'm in trouble because, again, we're just not finding our heals, which is like always my problem when we just run out of healing cards and our opponent's still a little healthy, right? 2 life, so unless we get like a rush, which I do have Rush Sanji in here at the moment. So I think he's going 8 at life. We'll use the event, pitch, draw into a Big Mom, which is nice. I think he's going 10 here with a Helmeppo. Crazy amount for Helmeppo, right? Here is my biggest mistake. I don't use the trigger to draw more. Yeah, it's a 2k counter, but I feel like always just using the Olivia, especially when I don't think I've seen too many 2ks either. So the chance that with 3 cards we draw into like a 2k, even though I have a heal here, right, a Big Mom, it's always nice to try and find another, you know? 2ks are great, but cycling is even better. So we'll 9-cost Big Mom, pitch the Luffy, boom, put Tashigi to the bottom life just to get rid of another swing. So feeling a little bit better now, you know, still at 1 life, which is not great. but getting 2 9 costs out and having a 1 cost Gum Giant, right? I'm just hoping that with that giant we can draw into our next heal, but that's again why I think I should have used the Olivia trigger, just to get our play for next turn kind of guaranteed. So he's going 9 of life. We'll use Gum Giant, pitch 0 cost, draw into 2 counter, and then 2k. I believe I keep the Nami again just in case to draw or remove a blocker, right? But yeah, I think that was another mistake. Maybe should have just countered out with the Nami. But yeah, I feel like most of the time when you hit the Olivia, you should probably just trigger it out. Unless you desperately need a 2k to like survive an attack that you know is coming out. Here he goes 5 at life. Or 6 at life. We give it 2k. Plays out the Rebecca. He gets a Sabo out from Rebecca and then uses the rest of the Dawn to play it. So now that's again the problem with the Nami. Now everything's KO immune, so I can't even use it. So down to 2 cards in life. Trashes Sengoku and I think a Jack. But we have 2 in hand. Just draw into a KO card or a 2k counter, right? Everything's KO immune. So 2 in hand. We go again. I think I'm just too greedy here. I think I should have gone bigger swings here because he had counter. So now I know I can't get rid of his Gecko Moria, but he has nothing in hand. However, even though we have a lot of counter, he can split between his leader and a 9k swing. So I'm, even though he gave up his whole hand, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. And he's still at 3 life. So I can't go for game even with my board right now. Like I need another turn past my next turn. Even if I somehow live. Again, I got 2 2Ks and a 1K, 1 life and a Dawn up. Multiple Dawn up, actually. Luckily, we get the Gum Giant. Like, that is kind of lucky, right? Now he has 15 or 10 Dawn, so we can go 15. We can go plus 4 up to 9K with the Gum Giant into Nami, and then 11, 13 with our current 2Ks, and just need to get 3 more counter from 2 cards, right? Which would be everything we draw into with the Gum Giant, leaving us no cards in hand for the next turn. So again, kind of harping back, that Olivia I have in hand, if I had triggered it out and just kind of dug a little bit deeper, maybe we would have found another heal next turn, which even if we don't clear out his blockers and he still has the Gecko Moria, if we had another heal, right, like he would have had to split with his Sabo blocker for this thing. So yep, we get a 0 cost event, so that's the 3k counter we needed. So yeah, 9, 11, 13, and then 16 with the 0 cost. So able to get out of it, yeah, but looking for the top deck and it's not. So that's again just digging 3 cards deeper with Olivia would have been, I think, our win condition here. Even though I made some mistakes, maybe I should have played out the Yamato when I played out the Zoro, right? Just to get a big body out earlier, which was what looked to be my good play in the first matchup, right? Because I think I even look a few cards deeper. Like I look 3 cards to see what I would have drawn with Olivia, and that, yeah, the next card is the Yamato, so that would have healed me. Even though I couldn't have KO'd anything with the Rebecca Sabo on board, we still would have healed and established another big body that he wouldn't have been able to have done anything about. Still would have gotten rid of at least his Rebecca blocker in his hand that turn too. So yeah, GG for that second match. I like it. I like seeing the the different ways things can play out. So it was pretty good that we actually got to play each other again. So welcome everyone to round 4. This is just more of like a for fun round at this point, because I think it was just like 2 undefeateds playing anyway. So I think we're going first. He brand news turn 1. We go 8 of life banish, pitch a Beji ramp. We got the Zoro and a Yamato. Again, I feel like our best win condition against any black deck is being able to play out our 9 drops early, so that way they can't really respond to it on 8 dawn. And then subsequently, every turn after that, when we play out another one, they have to respond to the other one that we played. So we'll always have at least one big body out. So we go 5. We counter out 1, take the other one. Here was actually, like, I think I was debating even triggering out the Frankie just a draw, right? Get another 2K. Like, we run 12 2Ks in the deck, so I'm not really worried about keeping them super early. But the Frankie is a trigger that we can trash next turn anyway to ramp. So just go 5 life, banish, ramp. He pitches a Kobe, I believe, for counter. And then we play out our Zoro. That hopefully doesn't get KO'd. Again, establishing a 6 cost is, you know, they can get rid of it on their 5 dawn turn. However, it just takes out more resources, right? Takes out more resources earlier so that hopefully our 9 drops live. So here I am hoping that he splits with brand new so I get the heal off with Yamato, because he's still very healthy. So anything he plays out this turn, I'd still probably be able to KO with Yamato, right? If it's a 4 drop, I think he's still at 4 life. I think he's just going 5. We take, get a Saul. I love... You see how excited I get when it's a Saul. It's just so, like, yay, a free blocker. And then he Ice Ages the Zoro, to Shigi, to KO, boo. We all unanimously boo in the chat whenever the Zoro gets KO'd. Boo. So we're just going to go Nami, pitch Beji, KO the Tashigi, draw, get another 2K, yay. And then we just go 9 of life, banish. So yeah, I think our best condition is just getting rid of that Tashigi one way or the other, because it's not really something that he can easily play back with a Rebecca, right? He can pick it back up with a Rebecca, but can't play it out the same turn to KO something. So yeah, if he uses the fact that he had to use an Ice Age though to get rid of the Zoro, huge for us. Just again means that it's one less resource he has against our top end. So we take. Why can't that be the bottom? I don't know. Whenever I'm playing yellow, that card is never at the bottom. It's kind of crazy. So he uses leader. I don't know. He uses Brooke to swing, or not swing, but a minus for the Tashigi, because I think she has to be like a 4 cost right before her effect to KO, and then we go 6 of life, banish. I'm not here to, like, you know, not trying to bluff that with the Dawn, right? Because we're not in danger of dying next turn. So I'm just trying to get a 2K out of his hand. But again, here I'm sitting like there's a problem. No heals. So we need something to get our next heal. So plays out a 10 drop Kuzan. Very scary. Because like I said, that Ice Age was something that we got rid of early. But now that Kuzan -5 to everything, hoping that he swings with its next turn so I can swing back into it. Top deck the Yamato. We love it. Yay. Go 9 into Tashigi. He's a little bit low on cards, so I think like 3 in hand or so. Let's Tashigi go. Go 5 of life, banish, 6 of life, banish. Actually, again, not bluff. Then we got the event because we don't really need it. So we pop the brand new heal. Now it's the thing of that Kuzan actually does kind of make it so he could possibly pop both of our Yamatos one turn. However, with the lower hand size, again, using resources earlier to get rid of our stuff that we were able to ramp into a turn earlier, like the Zoro, and also defending the banish. Hopefully he just doesn't have enough to pop both and might have to swing into one of them with the Kuzan, which we do have a little good bit of counter, right? 2Ks, a 0 cost event, and Zoro. So yeah, I did counter out the 5 at life just in case he swings with the Kuzan at life with a big number that I can't get out of, leaving me at 0 again with no way to heal. Plays out the Sabo to cycle. Guess looking for some more resources. But 2 in hand. Trashes Jack. And goes 12 at the Yamato. So we give 2 2Ks. Kobe KO'd 1. Trashing hand. But as you see now, he is 0 cards in hand. So we draw the perfect answer. Without the big mom, we would have had to just split into the Kuzan, right? But now we just trash the Zoro, heal, put Sabo to bottom life, go 10 to KO, and then 5 life banish. Perfect spot, you know. Because now he only has 1 in hand. Not really a way he can get rid of our active 9-drop big mom now. Our life or our hand size is pretty low, so he could go. I think he's going 11 into Yamato, so yep, gets it. But we're at 3 life again, so we get a Gum Giant and a Nami. Here, I think we're just gonna probably play out the Nami just to draw, honestly. So there's 1 in hand, so we're just going 7 life banish. Guarantee we get that. It's a Jack. Go 9 of life, play out the Nami, pitch. This is the 0 cost draw. 3 Don up, 2 in hand, 2 life. At this point, it's a little bit rough. You know, he's playing out the Kuzan for 4. And he's still at only 2 in hand. So if he can draw a blocker, like a Rebecca, something like that, maybe. So he's going 11. At Big Mom, we use the giant event, go +4, go -2, draw 2, get another Big Mom. Which honestly, it would be so much overkill to play the Big Mom, so that's why, you know, we just do not. He's got 3 in hand. We draw another Big Mom, which is crazy. Back up to 10 Dawn. 3 in hand, so we just go 11 banish, and then 13 with Big Mom, I think, is our numbers. So GG. Shout out to, again, my buddy Ethan for playing me 3 rounds. I honestly like it because it gets you guys more of like a consistency thing. With locals, you never know what you're going to play against. So getting a few rounds of practice in against the same person, you know, you see different plans because you obviously adjust to what you saw the last turn, right? So it's nice. It's nice. And also, shout out to Davison TCG, made the manga Robin leader that I play with. I know you guys ask a bit. I don't remember where the mat is from for this Robin mat. I think my fiance got it for me for Christmas, so I don't really remember where she said she got it from, but I can see if y'all are curious. I think it was probably just from Etsy or so. Here's the deck list that I was running. Very much is a bunch of 4-ofs. As you can tell, we cut out some of the egghead stuff, put in 4 of the 6 cost 7k banish Zoro. I really like this for the Shanks matchup, as it is a very good stat line. It's banished, denying them more cards, right? If they use leader ability on the 7k swing, they still need a 2k counter, which allows us to, you know, swing with leader as well, right? If they use leader ability on the 5k swing from leader, then they got a 7k banish as well. It's a little bit harder for them to remove. They can't pop it with Rayleigh. You know, it's very nice. It's very nice. They have to use like a building snake and something else. We got 4 of the You're the One Who's Just Appear and 4 of the Beji. Very good cards. And also 2 of the Rush Sanji. However, I didn't see them at all tonight. So even with all the extra draw from like the Olivia and the Gum Giant, there's still, even if still just might not find your 2-ofs. However, I'll go over quickly what I kind of want the deck list to look at and might try. Something along the lines of this. Let me know what you think. I know I just complained about having a 2-of, but I really like the idea of the Sanji. 2 of the Zoro and 2 of Katakuri. Just another way we could heal, because I wanted to try out 3 Onami. This is a really good card to get out of life, KOing a 5-cost. Really good against Dofi. Also just a way that we can give banish to our top end, right? If you give Yamato banish, that's just another way we can get rid of our opponent's life, which is really good. And also, it is a perfect card to use in conjunction with Katakuri, as you can play out the Onami, even on 10 Dan, right? We can play out Onami, give one of our characters banish, like a 6-drop Robin, or any of our Egghead stuff, right? One of our other top end we just played. And then if you have 8 Dan left on your 10 Dan turn after playing out Onami, you can play out Katakuri, put Onami into our top life. Boom, we can KO something 5 costs or less our next turn, or just get that back to hand, do it again, right? So I really like Katakuri and Onami combo. Very, very nice. And also just as another trigger, and KOing a 5-cost out of life it's really nice. It's really nice. So cut down a few things to 3-ofs, which I'm not too much of a fan. Maybe we just say goodbye to the Sanji. I don't know. Because right now with this list, we have a 3-of for the Luffy and the Nami and the 0-cost event. Again, 0-cost is nice. We do have a few bricks. However, the Gum Gum Giant is essentially a way we can get rid of our dead cards anyway. So the 0-cost isn't as crucial in terms of countering out. However, this is just a really great card to have as a 4-of, just to like make the chances of getting as our last life even higher, right? If you're going to be healing almost every turn with a Yamato or something like that, if you're at 0 life healing up to 1 and you haven't seen any of your 0 costs, it just makes that chance a little bit higher, right? But let me know what you think of the deck list. I definitely want to try out a list that uses Onami just as a way to do banish a little bit more, because even though I love Zoro for the Shanks matchup, there's a lot of times where he might be a little too slow to play out because he's just banished when attacking, right? It's not like Robin where we get value on play. However, this is also good against Blackbeard, but personally, I just haven't seen a lot of Blackbeard at my locals. I don't think a lot of people are playing him, but he's good into Blackbeard, good into Shanks. Nami, really good card into Dofi, just clearing any body they played out from like a trigger or just giving something banish. Super good, super good. So yeah, let me know what you think of the deck list. If you guys been playing Robin, let me know. I could also see dropping a 2-of card like a Sanji or something to put in maybe an ace. I don't know. Just like another heal. But let me know. Let me know what you think of the deck list down in the comments. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. Hope to see y'all in our next one. Bye-bye.